Dear learners, I am Dr. S. R. Kumar, faculty member, Shastra Deemed University. In this session, I am going to talk about chi-square analysis. So, before we clearly understand what is chi-square analysis, I will give you a contextual example here. So, chi-square test of independence developed by Carl Pearson in 1900. You can see here, I have given here, and is used to compare two or more groups regarding a categorical characteristics. This is to compare proportion percentage, examines whether the proportion of different groups of subject, example managers versus professionals or versus operatives, are equal, different across two or more categories. Example males and versus females, all that. Okay. So it is used to examine whether or not a relationship exists between two categorical or nominal variables. Here I have given employee status and gender, a categorical dependent variable and a categorical independent variable. But I give you a better example here. See, when you want to, really find out the relationship between experience of the employee and the productivity of the employee. You understand this? So in working context, definitely should be an association between the age as a demographic variable of an employee, or work experience of the employee with that of the productivity. Like that, we can also find out the purchase behavior versus the income group. So income group is the categorical variable, and purchase behavior is independent variable. So like that, we can find out many aspects in real-time business context. Moving further, let me demonstrate these chi-square analysis with the help of SPS, a statistical package for social science. As being a manager, you're supposed to, apply this significance test, I mean the chi-square test of independence in your work situation. There are certain logic. When you find out that there is a relationship between independent variable and dependent variable, immediately you have to formulate two hypotheses. One is the null hypothesis, the other one is alternative hypothesis. Null, there is no. So there is no significant association. That's the way you should formulate an hypothesis. There is a significant association, or it is alternative hypothesis, or you can go for null hypothesis. So how do you write HO, null hypothesis? There is no significant association between the experience of the employee with that of the productivity. Similarly, alternative hypothesis, it's just an opposite. There is a significant association between the work experience of the employee and the productivity with that of the productivity. So with that, we can do analysis. And if you observe the Pearson, normally in SPSS we have this relationship, Pearson relationship. In that context, if you observe the value is below 0.05, immediately what you have to do, we have to reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis. Let me demonstrate with the example, case example. Let us take this, real-time example. You see the null hypothesis here. There is no significant relationship between work experience of the employee and the monetary benefits which motivates and satisfy the employee. So this is the null hypothesis. And similarly, we have an alternative hypothesis. So there is a significant relationship between work experience of the employee and the monetary benefits which motivates and satisfy the employee. So we have written here, and we go to SPSS, and we key in these two data. What are the data we key in? Categorical variable, that is work experience, and the Likert variable, that is the benefits which motivates the and satisfy the employee. So we enter into that. I will tell you the step-by-step process. How do you execute in SPSS software, using SPSS software? So when you have a value of Pearson chi-square value, that is 0.021, what I said, you should reject the null hypothesis and claims that there is a significant relationship between these two variables. So from this table, you can write the inference like this. The chi-square measure tests the hypothesis that the row and column variables in a cross tabulations are independent in Pearson chi-square value, where a low significance value of how much you are getting here, 0.021. Which is typically below 0.05. So we have observed from this data. Hence, the null hypothesis is rejected and alternative hypothesis is accepted. And we have to conclude that there is a relationship exists between these two variables, namely experience of the employee and the monetary benefits which motivates and satisfy the employee. Okay. Now let me demonstrate using an SPSS software how to do this, how to get this output, okay, in SPSS. So this is the SPSS software. I already have a data set with me, and you can download it from Google. You have a student software, IBM. If you go to IBM statistics site, SPSS site, you will get this free software, students version you can download. So how do you execute a chi-square analysis? You have to hit analyze button, then you have to go to descriptive statistics. From there you have to go to cross tab. So hit this cross tab and you get the table like this. So what you have to do, I already taken age from here. So I put age from here, and this is already a predetermined data share, so which I am really using it. So what happened? Let me see. So this is about the data set about the pre-class activities, about flipped and Bloom's taxonomical approach inside the classroom before the class starts, what they do. So I take this particular variable inside. For example, this particular variable I inside and go hit the statistics button and click this chi-square analysis and give continue and OK. Then I get the output like this, so that so you can see the value of this this one, you can use it. So this is Pearson chi-square value, how much you are getting, 0.005, which is lesser than 0.05. Hence we reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis. Here the null hypothesis is that there is no significant association between pre-class activities with that of the overall satisfactions towards, or there is no, in this context, different context I am quoting here, there is no significant association between age of these students with that of the pre-class activities, that is the practices. I have taken one variable, induction before class, pre-class activities. So that one I have taken. An alternative hypothesis, so it is just opposite. I said H1, that is there is a significant association exists between age and pre-class activity, that is induction before, given before class. Okay. So since the value is 0.05, which is lesser than 0.05, we reject the null hypothesis and accept the alternative hypothesis. Hope with this input, I think I'm sure that you have learned how to execute, what you understood what is chi-square analysis, and also you know how to execute a chi-square analysis using SPSS software. Thank you so much.